First off, I want to give all honor, glory, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith in truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom unto the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. Now we all know, the ones that's in this truth about, Ezekiel 38, you know, Gog and Magog, which is Russia, you know, being the head of the team and taking charge and being a guard unto, the North African tribes in Turkey and Persia, all right, which would be East Indians today. But you got to remember that China, is going to shoot missiles on this place too. And this is something that the West Sphere, which is the Western Hemisphere, which is the United States of America and Canada, and which is NATO, they fear of these two powers coming together, and that's what's going to happen. Matter of fact, China and Russia have alliances. I just went to go look that up. Because I knew about, Russia and Iran and Libya and Ethiopia and things like that. But I ain't know that, I knew that all these nations was gonna shoot fire on this place, but I didn't know that, China and Russia was as close, as they are. But I'm gonna read this article real quick, get a couple of scriptures, and get out of here. So it said, threat to the West: how Russia's deadly new military alliance with China could end America's status as world-leading superpower. Now, over the years, we used to always say, China actually believe that they next in line. Russia do too, but they don't understand that when they fulfill the word of the Lord and do His pleasure against Babylon the Great, that's when the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to come. That's the only kingdom that was ever, prophesied to last forever. So it's a real quick article. I'm gonna try to read it fast. It says Russia and China's deadly alliance would effectively end the United States' status as the world's leading superpower, and the expert has claimed. On Tuesday, so this is recent, Moscow said it has ramped up its military cooperation with Beijing in light of alleged threats by Washington, including U.S. nukes bombing, flying near the border. Because remember, they, since this Ukraine thing, United States is starting to bring over their military over close to that border just in case Russia invade Ukraine. All right. So I'm just happy to be alive in this time, and even more happy to be in the truth. Because this is beautiful. Now look at this chart right here. Now look at this. So I'm not even going to read them. I'm just going to keep it here. But look at the soldiers. So these two combining, right? United States would get their ass whooped. All right. Look at this. The only thing that America have more is aircrafts. That's it. Everything else, they can't compete. Double the nukes and everything. So anyway, look, continue reading and say, tensions between the West and Russia are at a boiling point over the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and the migrant crisis in Belarus. Isabel Sawkins, a research fellow at the Henry Jackson Society specializing in Russia, told the Sun Online that Russia and China joining forces could be catastrophic for the Western powers, which is going to be. All right. She said bringing China into the conversation is a deadly addition for the West. This would mean America's standing in the world would be absolutely shot to pieces. Okay? And we all know what's going to happen to Babylon the Great. All right, so from here, let's get the scriptures, like I said. So that's what it's all about, man. The West being shot to pieces. That's what I'm going to name this video. West being shot to pieces. All right, so let's get Obadiah real quick. Because you got to understand that China and Russia, these are confederate with United States at one point in time. Their relationship was good. After the USSR, after 1992, things went to die down. Then Russia, became, because basically they use Russia as nuclear safety and anti-terrorism safety. All right, especially against the Ishmael tribes. So, they basically was their agreement was about world peace and nuclear safety. When it came to China, China looks at United States as, they sell their goods over here. That's why when most of the stuff that you buy is say made in Beijing, made in China. You know what I'm saying? And other places, of course. But China, this is America is their cash cow. All right. So they had good business at one point in time. So that's why the scripture is very relevant when I'm about to read. And to say, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread. See, at one point in time when they was in good graces with each other, they used to receive. See, because you got to understand, America is the whore that rideth on the beast. All right. So this was the head of the world. So everybody used to receive things. They bring their goods to the corporation Babylon the Great, aka America, and they made money off this place. So everybody making money, everything was all good. All right. And it says, they that have ate that bread, which is the things that they receive from you, your subsistence, all right, the things that you give to them, had laid a wound under thee, there is no understanding in him. Because when it happened, they gonna be like, what the fuck? What the hell? All right. From here, so yeah, because we talk about Russia and Iran, and we always go on Ezekiel 38, which is very, very relevant, but can't forget about China, man. They gonna shoot missiles on this place too. And it's saying, the 10 horns which thou sawest, 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So these is all the people that are confederate with the West, the United States of America. All right. So what happened is they all came under the dollar, and they find out that that was a bad idea, because guess what? Now they became more of a servant than actually ruling with them. See, when you deal with United States of America, what's going to happen after basically signed the agreement that, oh yeah, we're going to be in alliance with you, United States of America. Then all of a sudden they building a U.S. embassy, all right, in your country. And then they establish political and economic power over your country. And then you have no control. Then they bring democracy to your country. All right. And Russia and China ain't for that. Shit, I forgot what Putin said, but it was on the lines of, take that democracy somewhere else, and that rainbow crap. You know what the rainbow crap is, I hope. All right. And it said, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All right. NATO and the EU. They shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of Lords and King of Kings. They that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. So you already know the remnant that's going to be alive is going to try to fight against the Lord. All right. Because a lot of nations is going to die over there in the Middle East. It's going to be a remnant left just to fulfill prophecy. 2nd Ezra 13:8 said that they were scared, but they durst fight. So they're going to try to fight against the Lord, and that fight is going to be quick. All right. So, and it said, and he saith unto the waters, well, he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, and nations, and tongues, which, Babylon the Great is the great melting pot. And it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, right? Because at one point in time, everybody was under good graces. That's not the case no more. Even, they created the NATO and the EU to fight against Russia, all right? Because they was always scared of Russia. Now they poking the bear, which is just the Lord, pulling Gog and Magog back to their original estate, because it's time to fulfill prophecy. But but right now, I always wondered, how these prophecies gonna come to pass. But now they're very plain. The only thing that I'm really trying to see what's going to happen is what's going to turn the table. Because right now, NATO and the EU are together against Russia. And I wonder what's going to turn the tables, but we just going to have to live to see. All right? But the scriptures, as I'm reading right now, in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which is the NATO and EU countries, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Remember, the West being broken to pieces. And it says, for the Most High have put in their hearts. See, that's the thing. So even though the Lord is going to put in their hearts to change, to come against each other, to turn on each other, but I just wonder what is going to be it. Or is it just going to be some shit? One day it's going to seem like they're together, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's going to be a war. That's why, you got to just trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And if you have the eyes to see and ears to hear, it's very plain. But it says, fulfill his will and agree to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So the reason that they are confederate right now is because they're about to fulfill the word of the Lord. But until then, they're going to continue to be at peace until the time. All right? But I want to get the article again because I want to read that last part. Because as you see what it just said in Revelation 17, it's going to burn her with fire. All right, so I just want to read the last sentence on this in the video. And it says, this would mean America standing in the world will be absolutely shot to pieces. Wow. Because that's what's going to happen. So, the Lord is working, man. And I always say this, thank Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. When you come to the throne of grace, don't just be asking for things, man. Thank Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that he allowed you to come into the sanctuary, the Most High, and you're able to see these things. You all right? Because wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. Hopefully this video was edifying, and shalom.